Hey everybody, welcome back to Thingamajigger Thursday here at Acres, where we go over a unique or uncommon tool once a week. Last week's sneak peek tools, a bunch of people knew it right off the bat. Kind of figured they would. I haven't used them a whole lot, but they are windshield tools. This one is a windshield trim removal tool, and this one is what's called a cold knife or a pull knife. It's for cutting under the glass, cutting the sealant under the glass. So it just so happens that I have this blue truck back here, which I plan on pulling the windshield out of and stuffing in that red truck over there. So we'll actually get to see how these are used. Now, I'm not going to pull the whole windshield today, but eventually I'll get around to it. And if you stick around to the end, we'll take a quick look at next week's sneak peek tool. All right, so normally you would want to get rid of all of the extra crap around it, like the windshield wipers. These have a pretty simple clip on them, so I'm going to try to get rid of these real quick. There's just a little pull-out tab, and then you should be able to pry it up and off of here. Yep, there we go. Okay, see this little pull-up tab here? Anyway, now there's clips behind this trim that this tool can slide in behind and grab. So like right there's one, and all you do is once you feel that tip grab onto it, you kind of rock it a little bit, and it bends that tab up and allows the trim to pop loose. So we'll try to work our way from the bottom up. So there's that tab. And once I pop this loose, I'll show you what's under it. I'm hoping, there we go. Okay, so that one's loose. We'll work our way up. Okay. There it goes. This bottom piece just slides right off. Might just have to get the whole top piece loose first. Sometimes you gotta go from both sides of the clip, there we go, to get it loose. Now it should slide right off of there. It's kind of stuck onto the bottom trim. It just overlaps. I don't want to, there we go. That's it. So what you're doing here, you slide that tool under there and it grabs onto that clip. Go from both sides, and when that gets pried that way just a little bit, it's enough to release it from the underside in here, right? So the edge of that clip sits inside of there. I'm just going to go ahead and try to remove the whole lower piece, and it should work pretty much the same. There's a lot of garbage under here. The body of this truck is falling apart, but the engine, I drove it home 30 miles or so, 30 minutes, and it drove beautifully, and the engine only has 91,000 miles on it, and a 351, and it should work beautifully in this Bronco. Bronco had a 350 or a 302 in it. There it goes. Jeez, look at all that crud. No wonder I couldn't reach it. Bronco had a 302 in it with a spun crank bearing, I think. So, but the wiring harnesses, I believe, are identical. From everything I've been able to find, and I wonder if I can just pop it loose. There it goes. There is so much gunk under here that I can't even get I can't even access the clips. Well, I don't want to bend it or break it. So we'll just work onto the pull knife. Now you can see along the edge here, there's the sealant. Sometimes you use butyl tape. I don't know exactly what the sealant is. But we take our pull knife here, and I will go from the bottom up, I guess, just anywhere. Get your blade in the edge and turn it. Try to get that knife under there. Sandhill cranes. And it is kind of chilly. It was probably only, I think it was only 43 when I woke up. Might be almost 50 now. All right, so I don't want to crack this window. It's a little too chilly right now to really be able to get this knife in here, but you would put the knife in, turn it like that, and if you look at this blade, it's got a flatter edge towards us, and that's so that you can scrape along the inside of that window as you pull it along there to cut that tape or sealant. But as you can see, this stuff just does not want to give way right now. It's a little too stiff, and I don't feel like breaking this window. So I'll wait until a nice warm sunny day where this stuff is like butter and it would go right in. So there you have it, a windshield trim clip remover tool and a cold knife or a pull knife, you know, for cutting the sealant around windshields. Now on to next week's sneak peek tool. I've actually been sitting on these since I started the channel, or at least this episode, and personally I still haven't figured out what they are. It's even got numbers on it. I'll show everybody, so maybe somebody out there can help me figure out what they are. But there's a number right on there in case it didn't work. It says tool number 0090NG. I can't tell if the camera, it's too bright out here right now, but now the actual handle portion, when you look this up, it just comes up as bolt cutters, which they look like bolt cutters, right? Now I'm assuming they're just some sort of crimp tool, but I have not been able to find the exact purpose of those. So that's it for next week. That's our sneak peek. If anybody can help us out, go ahead and throw it in the comment section, and I'll keep digging this week. Hopefully I can come up with something. If not, we'll just add it to the other pile of unnamed tools. So hey, thanks for stopping by. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Appreciate a like and a subscribe, and we'll see you next week.